Alright. This was my first experience of talking openly in a city, and I mean, it was just coincidence, you could say, or fate, or meaning, or whatever you want to call that. But there was just two people walking past, and I just did my thing. Of course, this is Germany, and this is a small town, so I assume that people don't really understand when I'm talking anyway. They just think, oh, what's this? Is he talking Spanish? And then, no, it's actually English, one of the world languages. But yeah, don't concern yourself with global stuff, just stay focused on, local shit. But yeah, of course, the war in Ukraine is really important. And climate change and stuff. But, keep eating meat. That's the right thing to do. So I think it's also a matter of, what do you actually want to talk about? If you do something like this, am I just trying to piss people off? I think right now for me, it's just a matter of getting used to talking in open spaces. And for me, that camera is just the audience. Because I do want to do these kind of things. I just want to go into cities and I want to raise questions. And I don't know when that's going to happen, but naturally there's a lot of fear involved with this, because last year I already tried this. I was in Amsterdam and I was walking around and I was like observing, but I was too scared to actually do something. And there were some people who were performing and I thought, what do I want to do, right? What do I even want to talk about? But I think it's not really important to know what you want to talk about beforehand, and that's probably the same thing that you do with anything, whether that is a podcast or whether that is making music or if that's making YouTube videos. You just go there and you just start talking and then you just keep going and you try to be as natural as you can. Of course, you're gonna feel like an idiot, like the blood was shooting into my head and I thought, what the fuck are you doing? Well, I'm just performing. So this is just, on stage, and this is just life, and this is just me, and, I've practiced this already by just going for walks, where there's people, and just to talk to myself, and then I just keep going, and yeah, it's in English, but, I haven't really had the feeling that people were really offended by it, because I'm not really talking to anyone, but I'm just saying what's on my mind and what's in my heart, and I just keep going, and I just keep going, and I keep going, and I keep going, instead of always questioning, oh, does it really sense what I'm saying? Does it really make sense? But of course, as soon as you look at people, and people like try to check you out, and they want to see what's going on, who's standing there, who's talking there, and you feel all that attention directed onto you. But of course, slacklining in the park also already prepared me for that. And now it's just a matter of honing that skill and feeling more and more natural performing in public places as well. So I think being here right now in this tiny city of Lüdenscheid just makes it somewhat easier to practice this, because, I don't know, I think there's not a lot of people who do this here. So you do stick out and you get the attention. But it's also less likely to run into police or to piss people off, because they're all just too scared, so nobody's ever really going to say anything here. And so right now, this is actually more for me to just show to myself I can do this, and to get used to the feeling of talking to anyone who wants to listen, and not to hide behind the camera or to hide somewhere in the forest where nobody can see me or hear me, or to hide behind the microphone, but to just openly step onto the streets and to start talking. Yeah. This is a lot to get off my chest, this was like, poof. And you could say that's like opening your heart to yourself. And that's what's really important, to go out into the open and then to open up to yourself. This is me performing, because I like that. But I'm too afraid normally to do this, and so we can all clap once for Christopher, good job, actually doing something, you're getting out into the streets, you're like showing, you're determined, you want this, and you're going for it, because, nobody's going to do it for you, but you have to do that. You have to shit your pants the first time you get out of your comfort zone. And how you want to do that, it's just completely up to you. Whatever makes you uncomfortable, and you just try that. You know, if it makes you uncomfortable to talk to a woman, then just go to her, you know, without intentions of having sex. Just talk to her. Hi, how are you doing? You know, nice weather. And she says, yeah, what do you want? And then nothing, I just want to say hi. And then, yeah, you just continue. And I think if you get to the bottom of it, it's just the same kind of environment that you normally would have in a park or anywhere else. It's just because I'm not used to doing this in this kind of environment. It's new for me and it scares me naturally. So what do? You do. And that's what we all have to do again. We just have to do.